Okay, so let's start with what you'll need for this project. You're gonna need a pair of sneakers, preferably flat-bottomed soles to work with. If you do have treads on the bottom, you'll have to sand a little more aggressively. You'll need some sandpaper for that tread, along with a wire brush. Craig's DIY kit provides these gripper pads that have already the Velcro adhered to the back side of them. In addition, you'll need the slider pads. And again, Craig's curling DIY kit also has these attached to the bottom. You'll need some Velcro pads. These have adhesive, but it's not aggressive enough to adhere to the shoes, so we'll need some additional help. And along that line, the Craig's curling shoes kit comes with a B7000 adhesive. You also need some rubbing alcohol, a marking pen, some cutting tools, and paper towels. And last but not least, you're going to want to purchase some Tuff Toe for your drag foot. Okay, so for starters, we need to prep the shoes. Now, normally brand new shoes come with a mold release agent on the soles that you're going to have to wear down and expose the rubber a little bit more than what it is right now. If the treads were more aggressive on these, like in hiking shoes or running shoes, you may have to take a bench sander to them to wear down the higher nodes of the tread. These are relatively flat compared to hiking boots. So you'll do that on both sets of shoes. Again, the idea with using the wire brush would be to be able to knock off some of the additional debris in the crevices and again, the mold resistant coating that's on these shoes. And so now both of the shoes have been sanded down and are ready for small puffs of air with an air compressor to knock off any additional rubber debris. And we'll come back and apply some rubbing alcohol to them. Okay, so we have knocked all the dust off of them. Now we are ready to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol onto the bottom of the shoes again, just to make them a nice surface for the glue to adhere to. And we'll give them a little bit of time to dry as we work on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is we're going to mark out our cutouts on this Velcro that has been supplied in the DIY kit. And then next we'll do the cutouts for the sliders. Now the sliders are going to be slightly different than the grippers, mainly because on the sliders, this portion of the toe does not have the Velcro on it. So we won't need as much material on that front. Just make sure that we got down far enough to the edge of the Velcro, and then we'll finish cutting that out later on. Okay, so now we are going to cut out this portion of the Velcro. These two should match up just fine. Again, we'll do that on the slider portion. Like I said, on this portion, you'll want it to match up here, and then you can mark off where that final cut needs to be going across with the impression. So one of the issues with the DIY curling shoes is that the gripper pod may not match up entirely with the bottom of the sole of your shoe. So there may be some overage that needs to be cut on not only the Velcro portion, but on the gripper pad as well. And we will sand down that edge to round it off and bevel it a little bit more to match the existing gripper when we get to that stage. So right now I'm just going to, with a marking pen and the shoe in place, I'm going to mark where I'm going to need to probably cut this Velcro to align with the shoe better. And finish that cut. And again, when it comes down to the matchup of this on the bottom of these shoes, this particular edge will probably need to be trimmed off a little bit and then sanded down. Okay, so now that we have these trimmed down, the next step is to be able to apply the adhesive to not only the surface of the sole, but also to the backing of the Velcro, and then adhere that to the sole of the shoe. One of the more important aspects of this setup before you get into gluing the Velcro down to the shoes is to ensure that if you are a right-handed thrower like myself, your left shoe is going to be your sliding shoe. And so that one is going to have just the cutoff portion versus the gripper shoe being your right foot. If you're a left-handed thrower, you'll be doing the opposite of this. So the next thing I'll do is mark these shoes to where the cutoff is going to be for the glue so that I don't have the glue go beyond that point that I desire. I recommend that you apply only within that area, i.e. do not expand the glue beyond that point. So first we'll start with this shoe. And you want to spread that around, fill in the nooks and crannies to start with. And once you have enough that's riding on the surface of these shoes, you go onto the Velcro. We'll remove the backing from the Velcro. As I mentioned, it too has an adhesive, but usually these are not strong enough to withstand some of the forces on the ice. So it's always advisable to add a thin layer of adhesive to that. You just want to make sure that you've got good coverage there before you apply this to the top. Put it on there like so. And we'll just set this in place, let that set up overnight. This is a 24-hour recommended construction adhesive with a 30-minute set time. Okay, now on to shoe number 2. Okay, so now that we have that, we'll set that in place. Eyes, press down, make sure that it's nicely set up. And then once again, we'll let it set overnight to then work on the Tuff Toe tomorrow. Okay, and we are back. And you can see the Velcro has been adhered to the bottom of the soles. And so now you can put your sliders on. And you'll see that there might be a little bit of an overlap that can be cut off or sanded down if you desire. The same thing goes for the gripper side, as that can also have a little bit of overage that might catch. So you can again cut that down to fit your particular shoe. The adhesive has adhered to the shoe, so we're going to go through the process of adding the Tuff Toe to the drag foot. And so you'll just have to remember which one is your drag foot. The right-handed throwers are going to be working with their right shoe. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to mark off what area that you are going to be applying the Tuff Toe to. So you can use painter's tape for that purpose. Should be nice and easy. And you'll want to seek out your nice line for that. And then you'll want to apply some to the bottom edge as well. And you'll want something like painter's tape or electrical tape. Duct tape will be too strong because this is something that you'll want to remove beforehand. You can also watch videos of the Tuff Toe application on the Tuff Toe YouTube channel. They have plenty of them to showcase the different methods of application. So the next step, the Tuff Toe applicator comes with a 60 grit sandpaper for you to rough up the surface of the shoe to be able to allow the material to stick to it a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and do that in this space. Okay, so I decided to swap out the previous red Tuff Toe application with a single-use application in addition to the blue that I have here that's going to be from the gun. So as per the instructions, the next steps that we're going to do are squeeze out a little bit of the material, the epoxy and the color, onto a surface that is not the shoe, and then we're going to run it through the tip as well. And then we will get the seal broken on this and mix the part A and the part B together as well to get the red portion of the shoe ready to go. And then we'll gently squeeze and have those two mixed together and just get a little bit of flow going there. So that's good on that front. And then the next step is to prep the single-use bag. These are fairly new to Tuff Toe. We're going to start with a blue, and I'm probably going to do this top edge, and then I'll probably continue with a little bit of red in this bottom zone. So we'll see how this goes. Probably let that start to set just a touch, and then we'll crack open the red. And small amount here is better, small opening to work with. Now we'll start to apply the red. And now we'll just kind of rotate it for the next minute or so. You're going to want to take about 5 minutes to remove the tape, and then you should have a nice clean edge on that once you take the tape off. Okay, so we waited a few minutes, and now we're going to gently remove the tape from the shoes. Here's our finished product. So what we'll probably do is clean up this edge right along here once things dry and make it a little more conforming to the shoe. Probably just clean that up with a razor blade just to edge that off and route it to make it a little bit softer edge. So probably give it about 24 hours for it to dry, and then we'll have a finished product here.